Hello everybody, Xanathar here, and today I am doing a review for episode 19 of Ultraman Z, the English dub, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the Candidates. Let's talk about Haruki. Haruki noticed one of the Ultra medals are glowing, and that is Ultraman Ace's medal. And then he learns about Ultraman Ace. Haruki was really good in this episode, and it's nice to see him learn some things about Ultraman Z. Let's talk about Yoko. Yoko pilots King Joe, and she teams up with Haruki to fight Bemstar, and then teams up with Haruki to fight Baraba. And that's really it with her, but she is still pretty good in this episode. Let's talk about Judlo. Judlo is mainly bored in this episode, but he is still very fun to watch, and I really enjoy his scenes. Let's talk about Yuka. Yuka really just gets excited about the fight, and she believes Baraba's horn can break the dimensional barrier. And that is very interesting. She is really fun in this episode, really fun to watch. She'll get excited about the whole fight and everything. Now let's talk about Ultraman Ace. Ace is really fun to watch in this episode. His fight with Barabas is so fun to watch, and I just really love Ace very much. He's just a cool Ultraman, and I love his connection with Ultraman Z. Let's talk about Ultraman Z. Ultraman Z looks up to Ace quite a lot, for big reasons, because Ace named Z. And his name means the last, and Ace hopes he will be the last hero they need. And that is very interesting, and I love that. It honestly makes me think, if Ultraman Z was the final Ultraman show, that would be a pretty good show to end off. So the characters in this episode are really good, especially Ultraman Ace in this episode. Now let's talk about the dubbing. Matt Shipman is really good as Ultraman Z in this episode. You see how much Ace means to him with his performance, and I really enjoyed his performance in this episode. Ultraman Ace voice actor. I really like the voice. It fits very well. It sounds really good and accurate. It sounds just like KJ Tatamai. And if you don't know who that is, that's the actor who plays Okudo Seiji, Ultraman Ace's host. And he also voiced Ultraman Ace in this episode, in the Japanese version. Sadly, I don't know who voiced Ultraman Ace in this dub, but they did really good casting, and I really like the voice. Just fits very well and sounds just like him. And also, Baraba talks in this episode, and voice sounds cool. Also, the rest of the dub cast is also doing a great job. As always, really enjoyed the dub cast. Now let's talk about the effects. Bemstar appears in this episode, and that's really cool. I always liked it Bemstar, always had a soft spot for this kaiju, so I really enjoy seeing Bemstar. I honestly forgot he was in this episode though. Baraba! He is really cool. He first appeared in Ultraman Ace, so it's awesome to see him come back in this episode. Ultraman Ace! I always liked Ultraman Ace design. I think it's a very neat looking Ultraman, and I think he's just very cool looking. I love how he fights too. He's such a beast in this episode, and his own show. He is so brutal in his own show. It would have been kind of funny and cool to see him go very brutal in this show. Alright, Ace, go get him. I will.
Oh my god, Ace!
Jesus, calm down, that's Snow! No, he must die, he's a Choju. So, the effects in this episode is really good. My criticisms. I have no criticisms for this episode. What do I like about this episode? Seeing Ultraman Ace is really cool to see. And hearing his music is awesome to see. This is a really good Ultraman cameo, and I really enjoy it. There's so many beautiful shots in this episode. Very good camera work with the effects and everything. I think it's really cool this shot where we see people and then the suits and the city effects and the background. That is amazing looking. Another shot I really liked is when somebody was recording on their camera. That was just very interesting to see some handheld footage. Another shot I love is the sunset. This is so beautiful to look at. I always love when they do this in Ultraman. It's honestly one of my favorite things to see in these shows. what is my final thoughts for episode 19 of Ultraman Z? I love this episode. This is a good cameo episode, and this episode is just really good. Well, that is it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me down below what you think of the episode, and what do you think of Ultraman Ace's appearance in this episode. If you're new, subscribe. If you like this video, drop a like for this video. Xanathar is out.